With winter and the Christmas season getting closer, I was feeling like watching a snowy winter film. Horror film in particular, but I guess it's Monstrosity Monday because I decided to choose a terrible film to add to the list of shitty movies that piqued my interest. And today, that film is 2001's Shredder. So the film follows some dipshit adults, college kids, or whatever the fuck they're supposed to be, who break into a closed down ski resort for some fun-filled trespassing and shredding, as they call it, about 500 times, and a masked assailant has more vicious goals in mind. I saw this movie trailer years ago randomly, and I was always intrigued by it. I love the snowy mountain ski resort setting, as it offered some promise for a horror film. So the film does have some occasional fun with the idea, and keep in mind this is meant to be part comedy, so don't expect a super serious journey, especially when the acting and the dubbing is as abysmal as it is. But for the gore effects and the horror elements, some things work okay. Some of the deaths have okay effects for an early 2000s slasher, but don't expect anything crazy, and also take note that I did not say that they were necessarily often good effects either. And the characters are terrible in slasher fashion, and that can effectively add to the comedy, but I do think at least a couple characters need to actually be kind of funny, or just somewhat likable for us just to not be annoyed for an hour and a half at their existence, but they don't give them anything to make us care. Over-the-top acting can only go so far, so I just wish they had at least tried a little bit harder with some of the gags and the jokes. Now, some gags are admittedly fair when it comes to amusement. Then Oliver's MO is just hilariously goofy, which I kind of liked. And there's a body that the camera keeps cutting back to after a character's death, just because the character is kind of in a funny position. And one time the way it was shot almost made me laugh out loud, so, like I said, a few things work, but just not enough to me to be drawn to this movie again. The reveal at the end was okay. The identity of the mysterious grudge holder I kind of saw coming. I'm not usually good at sniffing that stuff out, but overall, it has some occasional moments of charm. No scares really, but I do think there's not enough to justify a feature film here. It did kind of drag in places, so despite a couple perks, not one I personally recommend to most people.